What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you're going to want to own a dual sport. Let's get into it.
All right, let's get into it. So reason number 1 why you want to buy a dual sport: you have unlimited capabilities. So dual sports are very lightweight, flickable, easy to maneuver. They really are zombie apocalypse vehicles. It's something you're going to want to have around in case shit hits the fan and you need to get anywhere and everywhere. Dual sports are kind of like the Jeep Wranglers of motorcycles. They really will get you basically anywhere, even more so than a Jeep Wrangler even. Now if you're comparing weights compared to, like, you know, different cruisers and stuff like that, the CRF 300L is going to be 310 pounds, and the DR 650, the bike I'm on right now, is going to be about 350 pounds. KLR 650 is going to be 425 pounds. Now you compare this to cruiser weights, Harley Softail is going to be about 650 pounds. That's kind of like a refrigerator when you're like going around corners, you know. Indian Scout is going to be 520 pounds, and even the Triumph Bonneville is going to be 520 pounds. So these bikes are significantly heavier. So if you're a smaller rider, or if you're getting older and you just don't want to have like that really heavy weight behind you, definitely dual sports are a better option. Even the lightest of these cruisers are still, I think, like 100 pounds heavier than the heaviest dual sport. You're getting full functionality out of these dual sports. You're not chained down to just one style of riding. You can go on dirt, muddy road, gravel, wet sand. You can pop over curbs. You name it, you know, with the right tires you can kind of get there. All right, the reason number 2 is affordability. Most motorcycle brands like Ducati, BMW, Harley, Indian, all these bikes brand new, most of them start out at like 10 grand for the basic models. And that's not even including like your little upgrades that you're going to want to do to bikes as well. Now for most dual sports, they're going to be in the maybe $5,000 to $7,000 range, and that'll be brand new. And not to say you don't have to put on a lot of extra stuff like new handlebars and stuff like that, but still you're coming in, you know, like 3 grand cheaper, 4 grand cheaper than most other type of bikes, which is nice because then that gives you more room to play with for helmets, for, you know, aftermarket stuff, you know, pipes, whatever you're gonna need, you know. And if you buy used dual sport, you could probably pick one up for maybe, you know, $2,000 to maybe like $4,500, you know, and you're for the most part gonna get a really nice used dual sport that's gonna run pretty darn good right out the gate. And you know, most of the used bikes that you're gonna buy too is gonna come with, you know, the bonuses of the aftermarket parts too, you know. And they're gonna be like better tires, better suspension, you know, you're gonna have storage racks, stuff like that. Something breaks and needs to be repaired on a dual sport, it's usually on the cheaper side. Mainly because most dual sports have been out for a really long time. Like the DR 650 has been in production for, God, like 20 years, over 20 years. So you have a ton of parts for a lot of the dual sports. And it's not just my Suzuki DR 650, you know, it's for the DR Z 400 as well. You have, you know, the CRF 250L, those have parts that's been in production for a really long time as well. The XT 250, those been going for a really long time, over a decade as well. So your parts are going to be a lot cheaper and they're going to be, you know, more readily available. If you get something fancy, you know, and new by Ducati, you don't know if, you know, that part is going to be in stock because Ducati dealers aren't around everywhere. They're kind of just like, you know, in most major cities. But, you know, if you live in a smaller city and your Ducati breaks down, or you got to get a new belt for that thing because you got to change it every, like, what, 1,500 miles or something like that, that turns into a pain in the butt. All right, so this leads kind of into reason 3 for buying a dual sport. It's really easy maintenance, repair, and customization. Dual sports are for sure the easiest types of bike to work on. There's not many fairings, and a lot of the maintenance intervals are going to be a lot longer than most other bikes, especially sport bikes or even dirt bikes. You know, some dirt bikes you got to do, you know, a valve check at, oh god, you know, or change the rings at every like 18 hours. That's just bananas. You know, there's a lot of craziness that goes into, like, you know, dirt bikes. But even so, like on sport bikes and stuff like that, they're gonna have shorter intervals as well, you know, mainly because they're more high performance vehicles. But to me, less maintenance is more time out in the road, having fun, doing what you love to do, and that's just riding, you know. So the customization of the dual sports are like bordering on the edge of addictions. Like, seriously, a lot of people, they just go bananas with their bikes because it's so cheap. You can, everything's basically like $100 or $150 to add to your motorcycle. So if you want to get new handlebars, you know, it's like a $120. You know, you want to get new engine guards, that's like, you know, $80. You want to get new fenders, that's like $80, $100. You know, you get new skid plates. You know, you can change the complete color of your dual sport for probably like $200. You know, it's really nice, but it's really bad because then it just kind of encourages you to keep on shopping. So, but the list goes on and on for all the things that you can customize on it. All right, reason number 4. There's no social status when riding a dual sport. Once you get into the bike community, you'll notice that there's some kind of hazing that goes on, especially from like Harley riders or Indian riders. You know, they kind of look down upon Japanese made bikes and, you know, this and that. And there really isn't any like social status when you ride dual sports. Dual sport riders are just purely there for the ride. There's no hierarchy. People are just looking to have fun, you know, just looking for adventure. Everyone rides with everybody. Young guys ride with old guys, rich guys ride with poor guys. They all just kind of ride with great enthusiasm and camaraderie. You know, camaraderie is one of the biggest things, you know, because that's going to either, you know, get you into this or kind of put you out of this, you know. It's not just the sport for the rich, you know. And it's a great thing when you're out in, you know, a tough trail, and almost every like dual sport rider will stop to give you a hand, or, you know, just give you like advice, you know, if there's like a gnarly pass, or, you know, just the vibe is always like top notch. And I really haven't seen as much of that riding on different bikes, for sure. All right, so we come to our last reason, reason number 5. It's the endless possibilities. With a dual sport, you'll love to explore and adventure. Just kind of like how you were when you had your BMX bike as a kid. You just used to roam around the neighborhood, travel, and it's really just an exciting journey. You know, it gets you out. A lot of people get stuck on the couch and watching Netflix, and, you know, they don't want to go work out because that's not really their thing, you know. Dual sports will get you out and about. It'll get you, like, you know, checking out different ponds or lakes, or a lot of it's pretty much just go on Google and, you know, see if there's anything cool around your neighborhood, and then just bike on out there because it's super cheap on gas, you know. I think I pay like $7 to $9 a week, and that gets me Monday through Friday going back and forth to work. I pay another $2, and on the weekends, boom, you know, I get to travel around. So like for $10 total a week, you can go wherever you want to go. So stop trying to worry about, you know, buying a brand new fancy car that's overpriced, buying that dumb computer that's just going to keep you in the house, you know. Go ahead and pick up a new or a used dual sport, and I swear to God, you will not regret it. It's one of those things that it's an experience that's going to stick with you for a lifetime. And once you meet other dual sport riders, you'll really understand what I'm talking about. A lot of people get this itch in the back of their mind, like, I gotta, you know, I want to do something before, you know, I get too old to do it. You know, well, be that person that actually goes out and does things. You know, it's going to keep you young. I don't care if you're like 50, 60 years old, you know, go out and buy a dual sport, and experience what everybody else is experiencing and talking about on all these forums. I guarantee you're gonna love it. And I love my bike, man. You know, honestly, I really don't want to go back to a cruiser or a sport bike, because this kind of gives me everything that I need. You know, if I want to dip off into, you know, a trail or go off road or something's muddy, this is a better bike to have than a sport bike, a cruiser, or basically anything else on the market right now, you know, because it's going to be really easy on maintenance, and a lot of it's just about riding and having a good time. Well, thanks for listening to my video. I'm surprised you guys watch all these videos and how much you guys watch. The channel's growing a lot, and I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate it. All right, man, we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Peace.